So we discussed it before. There's really mostly it's a question of the language that he's going going through, and also the different commentaries that are developing this language, or who says what says who. So in the SIFRA Tzniut that said we're on number Lamed Zion, and it comes after the words in the Black Prince V'ankin Betrin Nukvin. Now this seems to me it means it makes an opening in the two nostrils. Ki ruach hayotzach bebina shebekesser. So you have to go all the way into the kesser. That's where we're looking right now, into the 10 spheros of the kesser. And in there is a bina shebekesser. Over b'chotem, it passes through into the nose. A menakev b'shnei nikve chotem, and it makes this word nakev b'shnei nikve chotem, these two openings. So it sounds like it makes a hole. It's each one makes the hole in the nostrils. This is with the ruach, like sort of like bangs on the wall or something. It was just an imagination kind of deal. Let's go down. We're in the second paragraph on Lamed Zion, down at the bottom. So he says, Kam Shadaktek Belashan Ba'anki Betrin Nukvin. And he looks specifically into that phrase. So what's pshat? The Einakavana Shacharuach Ha'over B'socha Chotem. He wants to understand that this Hu Hamanu Hamanakev, it's what actually makes the opening as Shnei Nikveh Chotem, the two nostrils. The im came Choiklo Lomer V'ankin Trin Nukvin. He shouldn't have said Ba. He said V'ankin Trin Nukvin, and that would just give you that answer. V'lo B'trin Nukvin. So it has to be that Eric Anpin already has in these nostrils, was already there. Ella she'ein nekavim ela mo'ilim. So what does that mean? Is this that they're not making openings, but it's helping? I'm not sure what. So now the ruach that passes through there, b'socha chotem, heim nisaknim. So he says that is a tikkun for the ruach that's going to pass through it. I'm not sure I'm following 100%. Okay, either menakvim b'chodesh as menukvim k'chodesh. It's as if he's making openings like anew. This is the concept of an inkiv between nukvin, that he makes a opening, or he makes it again. He makes the pathway better. He's allowing it to go through. V'yesh das ki inyan ankiv. This word ankiv, more she'ein nekavecha nekuvkim mo'ilim. I'm not sure what mo'ilim means here. So he says in Mora, it teaches us she'ein nekavecha hanekuvim, those nostrils which are opened up. Mo'ilim doesn't help. Ella, it only helps. Ella she'hu no chemis od nekavim, only if it makes new openings. Now, so which is it? So does it not make the openings, or it goes through an opening that already existed, or what? What's playing here? So he says, "V'ha'inyan kima shemitznashev." He said that it should be that the blows, that is the air that's coming from up above, blows. Derekan anekavim who so ruach kedefrishn and el. It's the secret, the idea of ruach, of this rucha. He said that's going to blow through the nose. What kind of rucha is it? That phrase, this atra barucha, that it is, I thought, was bound to bound to this ruach de amalael. V'agav ma'aver of the ruach hachayim. So for agav, and through this, or agav ma'aver of the ruach hachayim, hamakayim amatzios. So two things. When he says v'agav, so I'm thinking agav is through the agency of this ma'aver that allows the ruach hachayim to come through. Hamakayim amatzios, that is able to sustain, okay, everything that comes after it. Mispashid bo sod ha'aras rabbeinu habina Rav Yonah. So what goes through it? Spreads through it the secret of the ha'aras habina, of this bina. Which bina we're talking about? The bina of Kesser. Be'inyan shuhu no keves v'yeredes derek neshiva the rucha, as the ruach blows through the nose. And he says, when what happens? It no keves. It makes further opening. It sounds like there's an opening. It sounds like it wants to say that the opening is there, but on the other hand, it's bringing in. It's not making open the only opening, but it's remaking the opening, sort of like that. So therefore, it doesn't say that he makes two holes, but into the trin. He makes more. That's what this seems to be what this wants to say in the Or Yaakar. Not easy to understand the Or Yaakar. Ad kan v'ayin sham ma shibir al alifi darko. There's more to that, and there's a very large beer in the back of this. So I guess we're going to go into it more. So the way that I've been doing this is we're going to come over. Let's see what time is we got. Okay, I'm going to come over to number Lamed Zayin. Lamed Zayin here, v'ishtakach, up above that is v'ishtakach b'tikunin. What does that mean? V'oz nimser v'nizgalach or hey ha'os hey. Now, I've been learning with Chavrusa over here, the SIFRA, not SIFRA, it's the Otzos Chaim. And over there in Ak, when we talk about Ak, and Ak is sort of like the bottom template of everything, there you see the hay is associated with the ear, the level of the ear. So I just wonder about it, because over here he says Shuhu Bechinas Tikkun Shvihi, which is the secret. He says this letter hay is the secret of the seventh Tikkun. So it sounds like he's talking about the lower hay, but this is all new to me. The Tikkuni Gugolta that are of the seven Tikkunim of the Gugolta. Hanikra Trin Nokvin to Pradashka. So he says that letter hay, going along with the seventh Tikkun, is the concept of the nostrils, the trin, the two nostrils of the nose canal. Of who sod os hay shemizgala v'shnei nikve achoitim. And this is the secret. Once again, so like I say, over in the Otzos Chaim, he's talking about the hay appearing, and he's got a whole deal there where he talks about the vav in the nose and the daled coming out in the mouth of Ak. Here he's saying that it actually represents the nose. I'm trying to think of how does it represent the nose. I'm not sure. I mean, what form the hay is that it represents a nose. But okay, but he says that. Which is revealed in the two openings of the nose. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. So we'll do a little bit more of this. So, okay, he says, now let's look at number Lamed Ches down below. So number Ches down below is Sefer Hadras Melech Shabir Khan. Look at the Hadras Melech. Okay, we're in the Hadras Melech. This is what he said, if he dark of his elder Shano, hey is patcha ba'achra. So the hey, the letter hey, which he just said that it comes out of the nose. It's associated with the nose of Eric Anpin. It actually opens up into another place. Shuhu hachotem, which is the nose, the Eric Anpin. Now that means the hey, let's say we were saying that we were talking about the bina of Kesser. So the bina of Kesser would be the first hey. So maybe that's something we could use to understand this. Shuhachotim to Eric Anpin, which is the nose of Eric Anpin. Shamnis galis os hey. There you see the revelation of the letter hey. Kamosha Amalael benukvach de pardashke de nafik the achia the zer Anpin. So this ultimately is going to bring life force to the zer Anpin. That phrase, we're just talking about it previously, that makes two openings, as if, so it was the Or Yaakar who was saying that the openings were there, but it makes like a new path, something like that. Betrin nukvin shalachotem. V'ishtekach b'tikunim zayin tikunim gegolta of the. So you find it in the zayin tikunim gegolta. V'chutmer de pardashka, which is the nose. Shuhu echad mehem, which is one of the tikunim of the gegolta. So the haindach tikunim shvi the gegolta. This is the seventh one. So I don't want to tell you that I'm an expert on the seven tikkunim of the Gugolta, but I'm not. So, but he's coming over here and saying that this is number 7. So going on, Belashon the SIFRA Tzniut, from the SIFRA Tzniut, so the Mishmos is Kan the Gilu Yupesichas Bekinas Bina Shabakaser. Now, this is really, what are you actually talking about? He's talking about the flow, the Pesicha, the opening of the Bina of this aspect, which is the Bina of the Keser. So that's the reason why Bina is associated with the first letter Hey. Hu dafka b'makom ha'os Hey, shehu b'shnei nikveh chotem, it's only there, in those 2 openings of the chotem. I'm just thinking myself, like when he was talking in the Ochas Chaim, over there you could see how the Dalet and the Vav was related and how it worked out. I'm trying to think, how does the Hey fit with the nose? But that's what he says. He says the Ruach is coming from Bina, the Bina of Keser. This is the beginning of it. And it's onkev, or whatever this means, it makes a path through the nostril of Eric Anpin. So Os Hey Shuhu B'Shnei Nikveh Chotem, Avalka Shuhu B'Bechinas Ruach Bilvad, when it's only a Ruach, and I'm not sure what that means. So he means just let's call it the wind or the blow that's coming out from this Bina of Keser. However, B'Socha Chotem, so that this Ruach is just talking about the air, or what it is, the element itself. You still do not have the opening for the letter Hey, which, let's get the word Landesgala b'niftach, ha'or, it does not reveal, open up the light of the letter Hey. So what? Let's go on. So Yaakov al Idrazuta, where he says what? The Osius Yud K Vav, Hem Bebechinas Kalim Einsham. They're the concept of the Kalim. What are the Kalim? Okay, now just turning this around a little bit. The Fizech of Yuvan Shein Ha'or Shal Os Hein is Gala V'Niftach Al B'Shnei Nikveh Chotem. This is the only place where you could see it. I'm not sure what he means. Shuhu Kli Umakom Shal Ha'os Hey. Okay, at least we understand that this is the place. Now, he started off by saying it's very difficult to understand it. He started to say, but the Ruach itself that blows through is not any revelation. The Hainu Yuvorki al pi divrei emes the Yaakov ki al the Idrazuta hamuva b'haras la'el. He said the Osius Yaakov cheba b'chinas kalim ansham. They're kalim, and we're talking about the letter Hey. If the fee zecha b'yuvan she'ein ha'or shal os hein nizgala v'niftach ella b'shnei nikveh chotem. I'm not sure that really understand why that would be, but he's saying it as a fact anyway. Shuhu kli u'makom shal os hey, because what is the nose? What are the 2 nostrils? The nostrils are the place of the residence, let's say, or the place where they're revealed, the letter Hey. The v'zech yivur gam lama hisker kan Hius Trin Nukvin. So now we're mentioning here why we have the existence of 2 openings, the Pradashka, Echad Meshever B'Tikunda Gegolta, and it's one of those. So he says, so why is it that we have 2 nostrils and we have them, and it becomes one of the 7th of the Tikunim of the Dikra? V'ha'inyan hu ki ha'tikuni Gegolta hem Tikunim lahamet esa'or. The whole idea here is to limit the light. So he says, Ray b'mabush'arim, look over there. He says, Ki atik yomim, shucha parts of Yosa, the Elam, which is panimi to all of the partsufim which are manifest in Atzilus, is damen. What does is damen mean? So this damen means, I think, in this case, at your service. That's what it means. Umin shuhu are parts of Yos in the Elam is dame. Ritzon aloma nimsa umugza. It's reachable. Umusa found, reachable. Ayedesha tisake nistaken be'eluch antikuner the resha the eriganpen. And how is it, let's say, acquirable, relatable to the lower world? Through the shistaken be'eluch antikuner the resha, through the different narrownesses, or let's say channels, which squeeze this light, the resha the Eric Anpin. So here we're talking about the Hey, associated with the Bina of Kesser, the Bina of Eric Anpin. So let's say the Bina of Kesser. Because when you say Bina, let's see, Bina. Okay, Bina is an independent parts of is in the throat. So let's just say that this is the Bina of the top, the Eric Anpin. The pathways of the parts of Hein Hamamatim as Ha'or Hagadol Da'atik Shanuchel Lahasigo Lihiyosa B'musag, so that it means possible to be able to reach that light and to be able to receive it, the Nimsa Imatachtainem, and so then it could be found down below further. Adkan, V'ain Od, V'ain Sham Od. So he said, V'inyan Natikun, Hu Davka B'nekavim, Shehimba B'chidus Kalim, which is a concept of Kli, where the Kli once again grabs the light and diffuses the light, Ve'varnim, and also different limbs or channels, Hamamatim, or that limit the light. Okay, so let's see, number Lamed Tes is not that long. I don't know whether it's got. So here he is mepakbek, so to speak, about all the different possibilities of the language, and we have to try to get an idea, first of all, where the A came from, what it represents, and where it's located, and what does it do. So we said this is Hismatis of the light. As usual, it's number 7 Tikkun of the Gugalta de Eric Anpin. Rabbi SIFRA Ditzniuti says in Lamed Bet, Lamed Tes, I'm sorry, I didn't read it the way that I wanted to. I wanted to read, and I'll try to go fast, number Lamed Ches up above. From Lamed Ches up above it says, V'amar od Vav ispatach ba'achra. The letter Vav opens up, or reveals itself, in another place. Os Vav shal Eric Anpin, Shemisater be'orcha yotza midas b'keser. So let's go back again. We're back at the keser again, and there's a das there. So the letter Vav is attached to the or hayotza midas b'keser canal. Niftach v'nizgala orcha b'makam acher. Yisach kolomer avshu salsum b'shor shachol b'malda b'makam midas. So even though it's closed up in that place, v'hu niftach, but it opens up. V'nizgala b'hispashtus of the mata b'shisha kitzvos the goof of Eric Anpin. So that's this little piece that we're going to do down here at the bottom, number Lamed Tes. Rei b'sifra d'tzniut of the El Sham b'zel d'shono. He says Vav ilo butzin in the gardenusa. So this is a very, very let's say this word butzin of the gardenusa is a kind of a mysterious phrase. So he said, "Butzin the cardenusa this ante besitroi that's tied together in its place." Now, what does that mean? Adkan. So that was the whole thing about what that phrase could mean, and that's what we talk about. Adkan v'nis boyer sham. Over there it says al pi divrei Arizal, and also in the Emes Yaakov it says kach ha'oz vav ilo shehu b'pnimius shisha kitzvos. The Eric Anpin. The letter Vav is on the inside of the Vok of Eric Anpin. Shorshach Medash Bekeser, where does this generate from? Well, getting deep into the Keser, at the very beginning, is that its root is in the Das Bekeser, Hanikra Butzin in the Kardanusa. Why would it call Butzin in the Kardanusa? Mitzad Gavuros the Das. Now, again, I'm not sure why they call it. Okay, but let's just switch it a little bit. And let's say that the Gevuras Hadas are also known as the Butzin of the Kardanusa. This Vav that we're talking about, the Das, Hamispasha Beguf Eric Anpin, that now we say that's inside of the Vok of Zer Anpin. Misater binds itself B'shisha Kitzvos Elyonis Shabashor Shadas. Now that phrase, I'm not sure that I know what it means. But we'll try. He says, Misater b'shisha kitzvos elyonim. Now, what are the 6 kitzvos elyonim shabashorish das that are in the root of das? Ein sham, ba'aras, ba'orach. So we get back to the back, maybe we'll see a lot more about this. This is a phrase that's not easy to understand. The kitzvos elyonos. So what are the 6? Does he mean, like we have been learning before, that in the skull, the Gugalta, the Eric Anpin, there are 7 tikkunim? Does he mean that the first 6 that come before that? Shebeshor Shadas, which actually feed into Das, I'm not sure. Ba'ayin Sham B'Ha'aret Ba'orech, the Zechad is Boyer Gam B'Bir Meshulav Kam, so we'll explain it also over here. So we'll stop right here, and I'll just make a mark, and today is the 12th of Shevat, 85. Okay, make a little note there. It takes a second for me to load.